you guys? It's Pretty Cool Films, and today we'll be taking a look at the DC Collectibles Arrow Green Arrow figure. Arrow TV series Green Arrow figure. So here's the side of the box. We got Green Arrow. I'm pretty sure this is the Season 2 version. And on the back side, we've got Green Arrow, Oliver Queen with Totem, Canary, and then Deathstroke. So I've already reviewed the Deathstroke. It's on my channel. Check it out. So... ouch, I hit my hand on something. Nothing on the side besides Arrow, or the character's name, and then it's number 4 in the series. DC Collectibles at the bottom. This is pretty much the box. Same old DC Collectibles box packaging that we've been used to recently. I think they've had different boxing in the past, where it's like a huge box with a big old like thing instead of this little plastic peg thing, whatever, peg holder, the hook. So let's crack this baby open and have a look. And here he is out of the package. Oh shit. So I really like this figure a lot. This is the Season 2 suit, and it's not the Season 4 suit, but this, you know, it's good enough for me. I am currently in love with Season 4. I'm hoping that it goes quite the distance. Season 2, always in my heart, my favorite season of the show. Every episode was nail biting and stuff like that. A lot better than Season 1. Season 1 was like, ugh, I'm not really that into Origins. I know we need Origins, but you know, it's kind of the slowdown of shows. So, you know, so first of all, this is what he looks like posed with the bow and the little arrow that you get with him. The arrow, you get 2 of them. I gotta say, first of all, putting this arrow in this hand is a little pain in the ass-ish because it's small, so you know it's gonna slip out a lot easier. You know, than like it's a lot easier. It's just gonna slip out. It's kind of really thin, so be careful. You might break it. Mine is kind of really flexible like that, but I don't want to break it. And just putting in this hand, you know, it could be loose, like, you know, like that. He does hold it well, but it is kind of loose. You could move it around and stuff, but it is really loose. You know, so, but yeah, he does hold it pretty well. But I wish he had a tighter grip on it. It's just, you know, it's just like this. I mean, it's so flimsy, you know what I mean? But then whatever. So there's me complaining about an arrow. So you get 2 separate arrows with this. They're the same, nothing different. Yeah, they're pretty much the same detail and everything like that. So here's the 2 arrows that you get. Here's the bunched up arrows, just for design, no real purpose in his quiver. There's no paint on these tips, but there is paint on the feathering and stuff like that. So here's his bunched up arrows that just fit in his quiver. I'm trying to get my hand into the camera. So yeah, you could just, you know, put the arrows in there in the quiver. They just sit like that, and then you can take the other 2 loose arrows and then put them in there. I think all of them can fit. I think you can only do, well, I mean, it kind of fits, but not really. So you could put only 1 spare or extra arrow in there, but you can have this one prepared for him to fire. So I gotta say, taking him out of the package, this quiver is kind of loose. It's rubbery. Well, it's a harder material, but it's on a rubber strap. So, you know, be careful with that. It could possibly come off. So, especially when you're you know, taking arrows out, you could possibly. So look how close I am to tearing that off. So I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not gonna touch it. I don't want to break it. Here's the bow. Let's take out of his hand. He holds in his hand just fine. It's a little loose sometimes, but it's pretty much just like that. Here's his bow. It's got no real detail. Just, I mean, the sculpt work, that's it. In the show and on the back of the box of the package, he did have this like camo paint or whatever on it, like black camouflage on it, with like multiple strings or something, but I guess they took it out. I don't know, maybe they just were like, oh, save time and money, just put 1 string and don't even put the camo, let's just make it green and black. So not upsetting, but you know, that extra detail would have been nice. So we just got all the mechanics on this bow. It's a compound bow as opposed to the regular bow that he used in season 1. And I think he uses the same bow in season 3, unless it's a little different. But yeah, this is his, his compound bow. It doesn't have the camo, but what are you gonna do? So let's just take a look. Yes, if you're questioning, oh, what about the hood? Let's just get to that right now. Yes, you can pull down the hood. There is some paint flaking that, could possibly happen to you, so be careful about how many times you pull down the hood. Let's take a look at the detail. It very much captures the likeness of Stephen Amell. He's got his mask, great sculpt work. The mustache part of his beard looks really weird, man. I mean, I can't even explain that. Looks like they did a good job everywhere, but the mustache just looks kind of sloppy. Like it wasn't even taken care of or something. It looks like they just like drew like poo-poo marks on his mouth, So here's all, yeah. So his, well, we'll just, yeah, let's get to the articulation while we're here anyways with the hood. So the hood is not really articulation, but it can move up and down, like I've said. His head can go left and right. Whoops, almost, that quiver, man, that quiver is annoying. So his head can go left and right. It can pretty much go all 360. It can look down. He can look up. Not much. More like forward, sort of. He has some head pivot. And with looking down, it pretty much doesn't look too much down. I think that's a pretty decent down movement. And yeah, so I wish that the hood was kind of like part of the head, because when you turn his head and then it's in the hood, you're gonna get this weird thing going on. So his hood is a bit, kind of hard to work with. But yeah, see, like he's looking into his hood rather. I wish that the hood would move with his head, but that's fine. So so you want to basically just make him looking forward. That quiver's gonna come off, man. It's bugging me this whole entire review. So there's the head. His arms can go all the way back, which is perfect for this arm, so he could reach and grab the arrow while he has the bow in his hand. So the arms go up and down, they go in and out. The articulation's a little stiff, but so you could bend at the elbow. He has a swivel at the elbow. He has a swivel at the wrist and a hinge at the wrist. He has upper torso articulation. He can go left, right, up and down. He has no waist swivel. His legs can go in and out, up and down. And then he's got those famous DC crotch pits. It looks like they carried over to DC collectibles with that crotch pit thing. I did have a little bit of scratching here from moving his leg too far forward. So I think that's about as far as you're gonna get until you start scratching his paint, and then his leg kind of goes at a sort of an angle when going out. But yeah, his legs can go up and down, in and out. He has a joint at the knee, and then he has a swivel at the knee, and I gotta say that really does hide the articulation pretty well. I mean, I think you could see it from the back, but yeah, it really hides the articulation pretty well. He has a boot swivel, a boot hinge, and then ankle pivot. Yep, ankle pivot. I gotta say, man, this figure is really nice. It's really done well. It's been sculpted very nicely. The paint, it was sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios, in case you're wondering. He's got his little extra mini arrows right here. He's got the pouch right here. It's got all the lighter green detailing the lines, and then the darker green. So that's pretty much the figure. Here he is, if you're wondering. I think he's in the 7 or 6 inch scale. I'm not really sure. I don't have any measurement tape on me or something like that, or even a ruler. Here he is next to the Deathstroke. Deathstroke, actually, let me straighten him out, because that's why he looked shorter. I was gonna say he was shorter than Green Arrow, but Green Arrow appears to be taller than Deathstroke. So here he is next to Deathstroke. I've already, like I said earlier in the video, I reviewed him. Check him out on my channel. So, overall thoughts, would I recommend the figure? Yes. Posability, I give that a sort of a thumbs down, because putting the putting him in certain positions. I know he's not supposed to be super, agile in a suit like this because it's pretty tight, and he's not really too agile. Doesn't do too many like backflips or something like that or whatever, and he doesn't jump around on rooftops like. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. Like he's not like one of those like Nightwing or Robin characters. He's kind of like a Batman character, sort of, in the way of his, he's kind of like Batman. He's almost exactly like Batman. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of a downer. He doesn't have that much. His articulation is like it's good, but it's kind of like at the point where it's like it's okay. So articulation's okay. I give it sort of a thumbs down. I'll give it a sideways thumb for how it is. Sculpt is great. Articulation sucks a little bit. I'm hoping that the season 4 figure, whenever that comes out, I know the season 3 will be the same, but season 4, I hope the season 4 figure, or maybe even season 3 and 4 figure will be better in articulation and posability. This guy's kind of like a statue. You can get him in very limited poses, kind of not really move him at all without scratching paint or anything like that. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the Green Arrow. Would I recommend him? Yes, I would say this figure is about an 8 out of 10, only because of articulation. And actually, yeah, that's pretty much it. Only articulation is the only thing that I'm kind of complaining about. So yes, I do recommend him. Go and get him. He's like almost in the $30 range. A little pricey, but it's okay. If you're a huge Green Arrow fan, you'll need to get it. If you're kind of just a DC fan, yeah, get it. If you're just I don't know, if you like the show, go get it. So that was my review, guys. I hope you guys like it. My name's Pretty Cool Films. See you guys.